Welcome to your daily Techpresso. In today's episode, we'll cover Apple's financial struggles with TV Plus, NVIDIA's huge investment in U.S. manufacturing, the EU's regulations on Apple, SoftBank's acquisition of Ampere Computing, and changes in leadership at Apple for Siri. First, let's dive into Apple's challenges with its streaming service, Apple TV Plus. According to a recent report, Apple TV Plus is experiencing significant financial losses, losing over $1 billion annually. Despite having around 45 million subscribers and making substantial investments in content since its launch in 2019, it remains unprofitable. Notably, Apple TV Plus accounts for less than 1% of the U.S. streaming service market share. Initially, Apple had anticipated the service might face losses between $15 billion and $20 billion over its first decade, a stark contrast to Apple's usual focus on profitability. Meanwhile, other Apple services, like Apple Music and Apple Arcade, are also facing challenges. They see stagnant growth or low usage, often relying on the Apple One bundle to boost their numbers. Next, let's talk about NVIDIA's ambitious plans for U.S. manufacturing. NVIDIA is set to invest hundreds of billions of dollars over the coming 4 years in chip and electronics manufacturing facilities in the U.S. This move aims to mitigate risks associated with potential tariff threats. NVIDIA plans to manufacture its latest systems domestically by partnering with key suppliers such as TSMC and Foxconn, echoing similar investment strategies seen across the tech industry. Additionally, NVIDIA has bolstered its AI capabilities by acquiring Gretel, a synthetic data firm, for over $320 million. This acquisition will support NVIDIA's cloud-based AI services, addressing both data scarcity and privacy concerns. Moving on to European regulations, the European Union has imposed new obligations on Apple under the Digital Markets Act. This new mandate requires Apple to permit third-party device integration with iOS, thereby improving interoperability by specific deadlines. The ruling affects devices such as smartwatches and headphones. Apple is now required to offer free access to 9 previously restricted iOS features to developers and businesses. This aims to enhance compatibility and transparency between iPhones and devices from other brands. Despite Apple's protests, which include arguments about potential innovation hindrance and privacy risks, the EU is proceeding firmly, warning of significant penalties for non-compliance. Now let's examine SoftBank's latest acquisition. SoftBank Group Corp has reached an agreement to acquire Ampere Computing, a chip designer focusing on ARM-based processors for data centers, for $6.5 billion. The deal is expected to be finalized in the latter half of the year. Oracle Corp and Carlyle Group, which held primary stakes in Ampere, will relinquish their shares, allowing Ampere to operate as an independent subsidiary under SoftBank. Ampere will continue its operations in Santa Clara, California, with a workforce of around 1,000 semiconductor engineers, reflecting SoftBank's strategic expansion in the semiconductor industry. Finally, let's explore changes in leadership at Apple, particularly concerning Siri. Apple is undergoing a leadership shuffle to bolster its voice assistant's development. CEO Tim Cook has reportedly grown uncertain about AI head John Giannandrea's ability to advance Siri. Consequently, Mike Rockwell, who spearheaded the Vision Products Group, will now lead the Siri team. Meanwhile, John Giannandrea will pivot his focus to research and other AI technologies. Also, Paul Mead will take over Rockwell's previous role, leading the Apple Vision Pro team after handling hardware engineering for the product line. Thank you for listening to today's Techpresso. See you tomorrow for your daily dose of tech news.